We're off now. I'm not quite sure where we'll end up. I keep forgetting the name of the town. But we're moving into Asturias today, and that will be nice. And I'm hoping that in Asturias the accommodation situation will ease up a bit. Attention, peregrinos. They're ahead, they're behind, they're everywhere. Just stopped for a coffee. That was nice. We've walked about 7 kilometers so far, I think. About a third of the way for today. I made myself a brie bagel. I've got the ingredients for that in my bag. Across that busy road there, the Camino now follows this paved path. Kind of interesting. Hola, ¿todo bien?
Yeah.
Buen Camino. Isabella, Isa, just ahead, and then beyond her is a smoking man and 2 other pilgrims. We're a bit of a procession here. As across this bridge, I believe I now move into Asturias. You know, truth be told, I'd be quite happy to stop here right now, but we've got at least another 10k to do for today to reach the place where we have a reservation. So we've got to keep going. It's kind of proof that our Camino experiences are being governed in part by the places where they have beds available. I'm tired. I think that's the only way I can describe how I feel. I'm digging in really deep here to finish the day. These days are long and we're not really covering big distances, but all of this up and down and going around really does take a toll. Well, we're just coming up to Pendueles, and I have to say that me duele todo. Good morning, and we're off and we're running. Been walking for almost an hour and covered a distance of just over 4 kilometers. So we're not doing too badly in terms of pace and distance covered. But it's mostly been on this crunchy, stony ground that's getting just a little bit tired now of this surface. Sometimes you hit a rock just in the wrong place and that really hurts. Let's take you up to the top of this little ascent here and then I'll switch off.
Oh. Oh my goodness, I want to be there. Is that the day? I mean, like, is it the day?
Just walking through Llanes and stopped there at the supermarket to buy some stuff, some bread and cheese and ham, and I'm on my way to Poo. I don't know whether that's the correct way of saying it, probably isn't, but anyway, about 3 kilometers to go. I think I'm gonna, can't see any arrows here, but let's just take a chance, see that this is the way to go. Yeah, I was way offline. So this is the little town of Poo, or Poo as we're calling it, and the albergue that we're staying in tonight, I believe, is just down here. ¿Dónde está la entrada? Destination for today is a place called Pinares, which I think is about 20 kilometers away. So we'll take it easy. We don't have a booking for tonight. The albergue is, I believe, a donativo, and we'll just have to wait to see what happens when we get there. But yeah, I like this very much. Beautiful scenery, and I can see pilgrims ahead, and a man with a very noisy machine here. So we've been walking for just over an hour, covered a distance of 5 kilometers, so that's good going, good pace. I'm kind of pleased with that, but it's the same old story. I think I'm looking forward to having a stop sometime soon, maybe get a cup of coffee. We've passed through several villages, not a thing is open. Oh, and I can see the supermarket just ahead. Got some more food. I must have now enough for lunch, dinner and breakfast tomorrow. I bought some coffee powder in little packets, and also bought a jar of big Frankfurter sausages. So here's my idea. This is how I'm going to have a plan B, or some redundancy when it comes to coffee making in the morning. I'm going to eat the sausages for lunch, wash out the jar, and I'm going to use the jar to cold soak some decaffeinated coffee in the morning, and that'll get around the problem of having no coffee. So what about that for an idea? I think we're close. That's so quaint, I love it. Okay, now there is a sign. I didn't need to cross the train tracks at all. That Camino bollard and yellow arrow, totally misleading. The trail is up here through this little wooded area. Wendy, just been up a steep hill that kind of like zigzagged this way up on the path. I think I'm very close now to the albergue, which is associated with this church just ahead. Let me film the approach, see if I can get it right today. Here is a graveyard, so I don't think that's an albergue. So it must be along here where there's another arrow. My goodness me, I'm useless at doing this, I really am. Follow the arrows, Phil. Okay, I got completely lost again. I missed that arrow entirely. Total 100% failure. Anyway, I think this is the albergue here. Sorry?
By the coast.
Yes. Just coming into the town of Riba de Sella. I've walked about 9 kilometers so far, feeling good. I haven't seen many other people. I know there are people ahead and pilgrims behind, but I've been pretty much walking on my own for the past hour and a half. Yeah, it's been good. Stony paths. This is now roadside, and yeah, pretty flat. I'm feeling good. Here's the place for a coffee. Okay, I'm going to be a bit naughty and I'm going to drink this cup of coffee and make a ham croissant sandwich. Bon appetito y buen camino. Oh, hello. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just filming myself drinking a cup of coffee. It's like, it's what I've been reduced to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just kind of fancy breakfast.
Yeah, it looks like a good place. Yeah.
This one, yeah. Actually, yes, bakery that we can.
Yeah.
They do coffee here, obviously.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you just take a seat here, the man will come and serve you. So this is La Isla, and I believe that we're just a few meters away from the albergue. Let me see today whether I can film walking up to the front gate of the albergue. That is my objective for right now. We've had a good day. I've enjoyed walking. Well over 25 kilometers, but I'll just check the distance later. But been a good day. We've had a nice lunch, had a burger, that was good. And yeah, getting in now. A good day's walking. Good morning, and what a wonderful start to the day. It's just after 7 AM in the morning. Managed to get out of the albergue fairly easily. Had a couple of slices of toast for breakfast and a nice cup of coffee. That was good. I think in terms of value for money, that albergue was really good value. Only €10.50 for the night, including breakfast. The light is lovely. Look at that. Fantastic. We're just coming into the town of Colunga. I've been walking for just over an hour on a coastal route and covered a distance of close to 5 kilometers, so that's not bad going really, given the terrain that we've been on. So this place is also known as potentially a second breakfast little town, and we will see what's available here.
Phil,
Yeah.
where you headed?
Huh?
You know where you're headed?
No, no idea at all. Wow! Oh look, there's that man again. And look at this countryside. It's one of the best palm trees I've ever seen. Beautifully cut and maintained. Just walking out of the town of Villaviciosa, and yeah, walking through this nice park. Beautiful. This is a Monday, and this is the albergue. Wow! Whoa! Look at that! We're looking at possibly a 28-kilometre day to Gijón, or maybe a shorter 12-kilometre day to another town called Peón. There's beautiful sunlight in the morning here. I love it. It's nice and soft. Look at those colours. Here we have it, the fork in the road. If you turn left, go down to Oviedo and start on the Primitivo. If you continue walking along this road, we get to Gijón. I've been walking for over 2 hours now, covered a distance of 9.2 kilometres. That last stretch was all uphill and I've still got a bit to go, and that slowed me down a bit in terms of the distance covered. But boy oh boy, that was hard work. It still goes up. So, in a strange twist of fate and events, I'm now back in what I think is the little village of Peón. Maybe it's not. I've just seen another sign there that says it's called Towndrow. Anyway, I'm going back to the Casa Pepita because apparently there is an albergue or a hostel here that has beds, and I've made a reservation. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just say goodbye to the taxi service to and from the Casa Pepita that I criticised yesterday, maybe unfairly, and the Albergue de Peón, which was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I've been walking for about an hour and 20 minutes, covered a distance of just over 5 kilometres, so that should tell you that it's been in places pretty hard going, up and down the hill and also on this stony ground that always slows me down anyway. So I'm now in the city of Gijón. I've never been here before. Let's see what we can do. Today is about a 25-kilometer walk to the city of Aviles, and this first part along the harbour here, very pleasant indeed. I think we then go through an industrial area, which apparently some people think is terrible, but others think not so bad. Well, I'll find out for myself pretty soon. And then the last 8k is meant to be pretty nasty, was the way it was described to me earlier by fellow pilgrim Elena. I've been walking for about 13 kilometers. I've got about another 12 to do before I get to Aviles. Just stopped at this little church here, Santa Eulalia del Valle. And yeah, let me just report the facts here. It's locked and obviously closed. Oh, the sun is beating down now. Yay! Someone has very usefully painted arrows everywhere. Getting tired walking along the side of that road, so just looking at my watch, I've covered a distance of nearly 20 kilometers, and according to my app I've got another 5 to go before I reach Aviles. Four clicks to go. That feels like 40. Okay, Google Maps was leading me a merry dance, but here we are, I think. I'm just walking through and out of the city of Aviles. Had a good night in the albergue, slept well. I was so tired after that rest day. My legs were aching, but I feel good this morning. I made myself a peanut butter and banana wrap for breakfast. I've just had another cup of coffee. I've been to the post office to pick up my money transfer, and I bought a lottery ticket for the Christmas Eve lottery. Well, what do you know? I can see the sea again, and that was unexpected. I've been walking for just over an hour, covered a distance of just over 5 kilometers, so pretty good in terms of pace. And now if I continue straight ahead here, this is the long straight road, and if I turn left, then there's a windy road that pretty much takes me to the same place. So I'm going to go along the roadside here just for a while, see whether I can make up a bit of distance and time. I don't know why, but that's what I'm going to try and do. Well, my GPS is sending me on a merry dance, I can tell you. Just coming into the town of Piedras Blancas, white stones, and I've been off track for a while, but a man just told me that if I keep walking along this road, I'll get back onto the Camino in the end, and I can see that there's a yellow arrow just ahead. I'm a bit frustrated with that past half hour being offline and not really knowing where I was going. My GPS was all over the place, telling me to go right, left, up, right, down, I don't know what. Anyway, I've now resorted to my default baseline, which is to stop and have a cup of coffee and eat something. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, these will be some early lunch, second breakfast, call it what you like. As you can see, I'm back on the Camino. I had to double back about half a kilometre, but I feel that it's worth it being on track. I'm off trail again, and I'm just trying to get myself back onto the pathway. I'm going to go through this fairly thick undergrowth. I've reached Muras de Nalón, and yeah, this was my original destination, but I was going to be quite happy to stop earlier because I'm feeling so tired, but I've had a bit of a second wind and I'm flying up this hill here, so to speak. So the good news is I managed to reach the hostel Casa Camina. I was the second to last person to check in, and they only had a top bunk available, and so I took that, and I was very grateful. Today is going to be a short day, maybe only 15 kilometers before I reach a really big mountain. So I'm just walking through yet another eucalyptus forest. This one's very nice. A nice canopy overhead. But this pathway here, it's a bit gnarly, a bit rocky. It's kind of like threatening to rain at the moment. Got a roadblock there on the Camino, so we've got to take this alternative route here. Been walking for about 2.5 hours now, covered a distance of 9.75 kilometers. I've still got a ways to go. Looking ahead here, I can see a big expressway, and beyond that, the sea. Do you think it works? Who knows? Yeah, it works. Wow, what a surprise. So as you can see, it's raining. We've reached Soto de Luinia. That's a good thing. But we had a shower, we had a downpour, and it doesn't look like it's gonna go away.
Today, the Camino presented us with a fork in the road. Option 1, a treacherous mountain climb, teeth-clenchingly steep and rumored to have a descent fit for a billy goat. Option 2, the coastal route. Now, coastal is a generous term for what awaited us, a relentless series of switchbacks, sculpted from unforgiving shale, promising a symphony of groans and burning quads. We opted for the coast, driven by a sliver of optimism and a healthy dose of self-preservation. Leaving the bustling traffic behind, we plunged into a lush forest. The path, however, had clearly never met a level surface. It undulated like a tipsy centipede, each uphill stretch a personal Everest. By the time we emerged, blinking in the sunlight, my lungs were begging for mercy and my legs felt like overcooked spaghetti.
What? My goodness.
Whispers had reached my ears of the next town, and its accommodation was not one for sleeping under the stars unless they came with room service. I made a decision, spurred by the promise of a hot shower and a bed that didn't resemble a torture device. I called ahead, securing a single room in a hotel bar. It meant saying goodbye to my Camino companion. The day cut short, but as I devoured a plate of local magic under the soft glow of a lamp, I knew this trade-off was worth it. Sometimes on the Camino, the greatest climbs aren't measured in meters, but in the quiet victories of self-care and a full belly. In the end, we can understand the Camino as a journey of choices, and tonight, under a star-studded sky, I slept soundly knowing I chose comfort without compromising the adventure.
Good morning everyone, and goodbye Casa Fernando Tres. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna end up today. Yesterday was a short day. Today might be a 20k day if all goes well, but there's still a little bit of this coastal route to do, I think, before we rejoin the official Camino in about 4 or 5 kilometers time. It's been pretty hard going, 2.5 hours. I've only covered 7 kilometers. I just goes to show you how much up and down was involved. But I'm almost back on the Camino now. If I just continue down this road, I'll get back onto the official route, and that is the end of that alternative route, which was really tough. I got lost back there, missed the signpost, and yeah, I had to walk back about 1/2 kilometre to get myself back on track. I've covered a distance of now just over 11 kilometres, and I've been walking for nearly 4 hours, so it's incredibly slow going today. And I'll be lucky if I get anywhere today, but I'm just pleased that that alternative route is over and done with. Anyway, just getting up to the top of a hill here, and what I do, I'll just do a little, let you see what it's like walking along this stony path. Excruciating, especially when you step on a stone and it goes right into the sole of your foot. Oh. Good morning and welcome to what I think is day 31 of my Camino del Norte. Just going along the coastline here on a grassy path. It seems that on the Camino del Norte the road, where possible, is not always an option, although there was quite a lot of road walking there, which means that I can pick up the pace a little bit. Walking on the grass and the stony paths certainly slows me down. But anyway, here we are. Could be about 5 kilometers away from Luarca. Who knows? But doing well so far. The weather today, it's overcast and cloudy with a bit of a breeze, but I like that. This is good hiking weather for me. Here we are, Luarca. It's a beautiful little town. Fishing port there. See a car park and all of the buildings ahead. I'm hoping that I can stop here for a coffee and a snack maybe. Been walking for nearly 2 hours, so I've made good pace. Yeah, it's threatened to rain a couple of times, but it hasn't. So I've avoided putting on my backpack cover and raincoat. So, as I promised myself, I'm going to have a second breakfast, early lunch, call it what you will. But here we are in Luarca. Looks like I'm in the town square. There's no one here apart from me, so I've got the whole place to myself. Bon appetito. Just going past another closed little chapel here. It's got a bell, no cord, no string to ring it. Rain jacket on, backpack cover on. It's not that it's raining hard, it's just the temperature has dropped a lot. I was starting to feel cold, and yeah, I knew this was coming. I'm just entering the town of Piniera, and according to my app, which I have running in my other hand. There is a municipal albergue here that has I think less than 20 beds, but we'll see how it goes. The municipals are my favourite, second only to the parochial albergues, but the municipals are usually basic and good, so we'll see how it goes. There's a turning here for the Camino just on the left. I've got to cross the road and get onto that path. This way zigzags a bit. I could continue on this path, but I think I'll take this route here. I'll get to the same place in just a few minutes. Okay, let's cross over. Up another hill. What do you know? I just need to turn the corner here to the left, and I think the albergue is on the left. So let's see what happens.